next guest is an actor and restaurateur who lights up Chicago on his Emmy Award-winning show, The Bear. 2 seasons are waiting for you on Hulu now. Please say hello to Matty Matheson. Very good to see you. Hey, congratulations on all of this stuff. It's crazy. I mean,
it's crazy. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
I mean, you know, you've always been a very creative guy. I think when I met you, you were running around shooting videos, cooking, restaurants, and
so many
eating,
things,
and doing all this kind of fun running around chef stuff.
Yeah.
And now you're a star of a I mean, I can't imagine how many awards you have
all of
now.
them.
You have all of them. Dude. You guys won the SAG.
A couple. It was good.
You won the SAG award on Saturday, right?
We won SAG. Yeah. We won PGA last night.
You won the Emmy.
Couple Emmys.
Yeah. And you're not only are you acting on the show, you're one of the producers of the show, so you get all the Emmys, right?
Yeah, we got a couple.
Yeah.
It was good. It was nice.
No. It is nice, yeah. You, now, for those who don't know, you are a real chef.
Real chef.
Accomplished chef.
Very accomplished.
You are on a show about chefs.
Yes.
About a restaurant. You do not play a chef on that show.
No, I didn't want to.
What, is that right? You said, I don't want to be a chef.
Yeah, well, when Chris asked me to be a part of it, he was like, hey, we want you to come and consult and help out and let us know what's going on. And I was like, yeah. He's like, would you want to act? And I was just like, I don't know. And I was just like, I really wouldn't want to be a chef. If you're going to ask me that, that sucks. Because I don't want to do that. That's stressful. And then he was like, we want you to be the handyman guy. And I was like, perfect. I don't know how to do anything. And I was just like, this is amazing. I don't, the screwdriver bit is amazing. I just mostly have it in my ear.
So you help to consult the show as far as how the restaurant stuff is supposed to go. Is somebody helping you as far as the handyman stuff is supposed to go?
Yeah, my wife, Trisha. Trisha's really good. She fixes the lights, putting salt down on the driveway when it's snowing. She's out there fixing stuff in the barn, and I'm just like, Trish, what am I supposed to do? The oven's broken. She's like, you fix it, idiot. And I'm like, okay.
And she fixes it, I guess.
Yes, yeah.
So on the show, I would imagine one of your jobs is to make sure it accurately represents what it's like to work in a restaurant.
Yeah, well, I work with people. I got to shout out Courtney Stewart. She's the culinary producer. She kills it, and there's an amazing team there that make all of the actors up to speed and get them to a level for sure.
And you tell them what? What have you added to as far as their chefing experience?
I think movement is a big thing, moving with confidence and showing people how to move in a kitchen. A kitchen is a very busy place, and people are constantly moving, and I think it's finding the movement cadence constantly while doing lines is really difficult, I feel. And I think it's just when you're watching it on camera, you're like, oh, you gotta move with more purpose. You gotta move your shoulders. You gotta keep your hands moving. You gotta not have your hands in your pockets ever. You just little things that people don't do.
Always doing something, but it's important, I would imagine, that the chefs watching the show go, yeah, that's how we do it. That's the deal.
It's more than just drinking water out of a liter container, a deli container.
Yeah.
There's a couple little nuances, but I think it's like Io and Jeremy and everyone in Lionel are so great at it, and I think it makes my job really easy because they did a lot of work and went and worked with other chefs as well, and did a lot of work.
Evan Moss-Baccarat was here on Friday. He had a very romantic moment at the Emmys. It was a lengthy kiss. I think it went on for about 20 seconds.
It was long.
I asked him, actually, what should I ask you? And he said to ask you about your acting technique, which they've named. Now, are you aware that they have a name for it?
Well, they like to make fun of me. They like to make fun of me because I'm not an actor, but I act serious. And he says it's the Method Acting School of Dramatic Reading.
Method acting, yes.
And I'm not good at acting, I find. Because I don't know, and I've never done it. It's very difficult.
You seem to be pretty good at it. I think you're selling yourself short, but go ahead. Yeah.
But I'm surrounded by amazing people, and I think it's one of those reciprocals. Me lending myself to everyone, and And then, like, there's definitely, like, moments where, like, I'd be doing stuff. And then they're like, you got a scene up next. And, like, Jeremy would come over and be like, hey, dog, like, let's go run the scene outside. See if you, like, you got it. And I'm just like, what? Now I'm even more scared. You know, like, it's like they're testing me. And, like, even I was like, she'll just be like, say the lines. And I'm like, what? Like now? Just like now? Just say lines? And like, yeah, you have to have them memorized. And I'm just like, I just feel them. And they're like, no, don't just feel them.
Yeah, they need to know what you're going to say, I guess.
Yes, it's important.
When we're talking about accuracy, is it possible for a chef to get caught, to get locked in the walk-in refrigerator?
Yeah, that particular story isn't. I was working at this restaurant, and one of our pastry chefs. There's some walk-ins have like actual like freezers within the walk-ins.
Uh-huh.
And she went in to get some like butter out of the freezer, and she was locked down there for like 45 minutes before. It was during service, and it was really kind of scary. It was definitely scary. And so like there was like a moment where I was kind of talking about these moments of different things that happen in restaurants and different things that happen. And this is probably like 2003, and you know, we got her out. Like, we were like all working, and then all of a sudden it's just like, yo, look. Where's Chef? And then like somebody like ran around, and then we went in, and then it was just like, bless her heart. Like it was just like she was in the freezer for like 40 minutes.
It's like a sitcom or something in the 70s. Is that used to happen on those shows?
Yeah, it was something. It was a predicament.
Have you had a real predicament, accident or an emergency in the kitchen?
If you could tell, not too.
That's one of the things that you keep going no matter what happens, right? You
keep going. It's like. This one time, like, I opened, like, this restaurant, Parts and Labor, when I was 27 years old. And I was making staff meal, and it was, like, 2 weeks into opening. And I was making egg salad sandwiches. Really great meal to share with people.
Uh-huh.
And I was boiling a bunch of eggs, and I went over to the sink to pour them into a colander. And I kind of just splashed myself a little bit, and I took a step back, and I flipped the pot upside down, and I shot a bunch of, like, boiling water down my leg into I was wearing like a pair of boots, and I ripped the boot off, and I had like wool socks on too. I live in Canada. And so I like ripped everything off, and it ripped all of the, like a lot of the skin off my foot. One of the cooks wasn't there, so I was actually working like en manger that night. And so then I set up like a little ice bath, and then I was just keeping my foot in like a ice bath, and then I'd like hop around and kind of do service. And this happened at like 2 p.m. And then I was like, okay, service is done. I'm gonna go to the hospital now. I went to the hospital, and the doctor's like, when did this happen? And I was just like, oh, like about 2 p.m. They're like, you have like 3rd-degree burns on your whole foot. I was just like, yeah, like I just had to like finish this, like I just had to keep going here for a bit, because I was just like, people need salads.
The eggs had to be boiled.
Yeah, like, people gotta come in and complain about like an overdressed salad, and I just like have a burnt foot. But,
well, the show is great, and you do a great job on it. Whatever you guys are doing, keep going. It's
Thank you so much.
Season 3 you're shooting right now, right?
We're shooting, yeah. We're in Chicago. We're in Chicago right now. I love Chicago. Like it's such a great city. I go tomorrow 5 a.m., get on a flight, and then go straight to set.
There you go.
It's nice.
Matty Matheson, everybody. He's working hard on The Bear. All the episodes are on Hulu now. We'll be back with Jenny Lewis.